Have you ever felt out of control? Have you ever been so mad that you did or said something that you regretted later on? Have you ever felt like your emotions were in control of you instead of the other way around? Let's talk about emotions. I'm sure we all have felt this way before, and today I'm going to be talking about how I learned to control my emotions over the last 7 years. This is a story of my own personal journey, so you are going to hear me talk a lot about my profession as a day trader. But this message is really meant for everyone. If you ever read a book or watched a video on day trading, they probably talked about controlling your emotions so that you make smart decisions with your money. They might have said something like, don't act on anger, eliminate fear, learn to ignore your emotions, and even stuff your feelings away deep down inside. It's sometimes difficult to know whether you're reading a self-help book or a book on how to make more money. Maybe it's because they're not all that different. But what do all of these tips have in common? They are simply impractical and even impossible to implement. And from my own personal experience, there is a much better way to control your emotions. I'm going to explain how I did so in this video. Day trading is exhilarating. It's like a roller coaster ride. When you enter a trade, there is anticipation that the stock might take off to the moon from $10 to $500, and you might make more money than you ever dreamed of. But when a trade is going against you, you might think that your life is about to be over as the stock plummets more than 90%. And sadly, this is true because people have ended their own lives over their losses in the stock market. A lot of people get into trading stocks for the money, but really, they stay for the thrill of it. They get an emotional high when a trade is going well, and they become addicted. The same way people get addicted to food, alcohol, gambling, or drugs. They are seeking the hit of dopamine. And despite losses from blowing up trading accounts from following chatroom alerts, the addiction keeps them coming back. Most people will tell you to disconnect yourself from all human emotions so that you can make more rational decisions. Basically, they want you to be a Vulcan from Star Trek. As if you can somehow cauterize your emotions. Technically, yes, you could disconnect yourself from your emotions, just like psychology tells us that we can. And guess what? In the field of psychology, they call this a disorder. If people disconnect from their emotions, they also lose their connection to time, place, identity, and ultimately reality when they do so. This disconnect of emotions is often developed in response to a serious life trauma. It merely is a coping mechanism that we could develop, especially as young kids, in order to deal with the problems in life that are too big for us to handle. Because we were just children. But what is different now is that we are adults and not kids anymore. Now we have the power and the experience to choose. We have the strength to feel our emotions and still be okay. I know this may sound a bit extreme here, I know, but it is to prove a point. Lots of advice in the trading industry or from your friends or family members believe that people can think their way through their emotions. They preach that you should separate your emotions from your actions, and I think this is wrong. What I've learned is that you have to feel your way through your emotions. Emotions are an integral part of the human experience. You cannot truly remove them, nor should you. Imagine the joy of getting into a top university after months of studying for exams, or falling in love for the first time, or even the loss that you feel when someone close to you passes away. By removing all of those feelings, wouldn't that be robbing us of our true and genuine experience as humans? It's important that as humans, we allow ourselves to feel those emotions, even the bad ones. You and I were strong enough to feel our feelings and come out the other end in one piece. You cannot just feel the good emotions and shut down the bad feelings. Yes, this is something we all learned from Pixar's animated film Inside Out. At this point, you must be thinking, I came here for the bad jokes, and all I got was this lousy talk on emotions. Well, how do you feel about that now? See, I have plenty of bad jokes for you. Okay, one more to make you feel better. Why did 50 Cent replace Nickelback at the Super Bowl performance? Because of inflation. Okay, I know that was a bad joke. Please don't Will Smith me. You came here to learn how to make money with trading and boring you with your feelings. But believe it or not, being in tune, not removed from your emotions, is an integral part of achieving success in day trading and also in life. And I do know a lot about this subject because I used to have an anger problem. I know, I'm this tiny Asian girl that loves to laugh at bad jokes and likes to help others make money in the stock market. I can't be serious about having an anger problem. Seeing me angry must be like seeing a little angry mouse. But that still doesn't mean I didn't have an anger problem. In fact, I had to go through anger management therapy and 2 years of counseling to deal with it. The point is, I really did have an anger issue, and I believed it was rooted in my early experience as an immigrant from Taiwan to Canada when I was little. I talked about this in detail in this video. But in short, I had a lot of trouble fitting into my neighborhood and especially in high school. It was a problem that started out small, but over time it grew bigger and bigger. And the more I bottled it up and avoided talking about it, the more it built until eventually it exploded. And I go crazy and destroy all the like buttons around me. The secret is I'm always angry. And it comes out if you don't smash the like button. I'm saying this because I've learned that you cannot truly bury your emotions away. If you do that, your feelings eventually could overflow in some weird way. Because you bottled them up for so long, they will eventually explode. There are many ways this can express itself. It could be yelling at someone for something insignificant, excessive shopping, emotional eating, drinking, drugs, or worst of all, revenge trading. Whether you realize it or not, your subconscious knows something. It knows that your bad feelings have to come out before the positive ones could enter. And these expressions are just some of the many ways that this could happen. There's something called the anger iceberg that I'd like to talk about in the future. So if you want to see me make a video on this topic, let me know in the comment section below. So we've established that you can't control your emotions and you can't just ignore your feelings. So what are you supposed to do with all these feelings, especially when they seem so overwhelming? This is going to sound silly, but we have to feel our feelings. We have to recognize our emotions as they come. When I first started down this journey about managing my feelings, it was to become a better trader. In reality though, it made me a better person, which also made me a better trader. I'd like to share one of the exercises I used to do in therapy with you today. To do this exercise, start by making simple statements of, I feel blank. At first, I thought this would be very easy and frankly kind of stupid. Instead, I found out that I only had baby words to describe my complex adult emotions. I was saying very basic things like, I feel happy, I feel sad, I feel mad. I know, not exactly Jane Austen material now, is it? However, through conscious efforts and pushing to state even more complex emotions, eventually I was able to describe my feelings as I feel relaxed, I feel thrilled, disturbed, impatient, resentful, overwhelmed, and calm. And just like anything else, learning about your own emotions will take practice. I'd write down daily in an emotions journal, the same way I'd keep a trading journal as well. In fact, there was a period of time where these two journals would go hand in hand together. I'd even make notes and track how I'm feeling when I enter a trade to see if there were any patterns in making my trading decisions. It's through this journaling experience that it made me more aware of who I am and why. With that awareness, I could make a more informed decision about my life choices, as well as in the stock market. I have another video that talks about this in more detail called How Day Trading Changed My Life. By no means am I an expert in this field. However, I've made leaps in transformations with my own emotional control over the years by recognizing and embracing them. I still have a long way to go, and I will continue to improve myself. And that will be reflected in my daily life as well as in my own trading journey. If you've also struggled with your emotions such as anger or stress, I really hope that you will share your stories in the comment section below. I'd love to hear them. And I really hope that my story somehow made a positive impact on your journey. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. I'm the Humble Trader, and I'll see you guys next time.